What's going on out there, world? We're coming to you live from old Chicago. We're trying a new beer. This is the Daura Damm International Award-winning beer, lager beer from Barcelona. You can open it if you want. They actually open your beers here. And it's 5.4 alcohol, 33 CL, or 11.2 fluid ounces. And, they got the lunch special, man. $8.99 if you like eating that stuff. 100% natural ingredients. First time I've ever seen a beer like this, so we're going to go ahead and give it a try. It's an interesting beer. Kind of like something you'd get in Holland. Holland type beer. Boisson issue d'un processus qui vise à éliminer le gluten. 1876. Daura. And we're also looking at possible weather. I mean, we don't know what time we're going to upload this, but like I said, it's a lot of beer. A lot of beer. I'm not going to go into the holiness of it. We had this lawyer. My foot's messed up. So dig this. I'm not going to tell you the story out of respect. One of my mentors, Dan Pena, has not mentioned his name. The guy's a real evil guy. I think he's sadistic. But I'm thinking about asking him. He has a seminar, a castle, and he trains mentees, and he's only got a few left. I mean, he may die soon. I don't think he'll die soon. He'll probably live longer than me, but it was one of my life's goals. When I met him, I wanted to go to his seminar and tell him about my life, tell him who I was, and learn from him. I mean, I really love the guy. Like, I used to go and sell door to door and do my business, and I wrote a book, and I did everything I could on the internet as an e-commerce specialist, internet marketer, and I built everything. I did everything right, everything by the book. I should be a hectamillionaire right now, and they ripped me off every step of the way. People tap my phones, they tap my internet. The whole country's a rig. It's rigged up. And then I realized I called lawyers, and all the lawyers did. They wouldn't take on the cases. Hell, the president couldn't get the job done. They silenced him, and they silenced me on Twitter. They silenced me on Facebook. We don't know if I'm silenced on YouTube. They don't even know where you're silenced anymore. I make phone calls, and the phone calls don't go through. We go to call centers where they're crooks that take our identities, and the only calls we get are from fake calls. We don't even get calls anymore. My phone calls are rerouted. So they said, okay, well, what lawyers do they do? And I made a joke about it. All the lawyers, they only mess with divorces and car accidents and slip and falls. Crooks, con artists, and the same lawyers 5 and 10 states across. I said, that's a regional monopoly. I said, you can't have doing that. I said, did they take it? And no, we don't do that. So you don't do real cases. You do fake cases. That's what they do. They do fake cases. They do divorces. So I said, okay. So I heard of this fella. He hurt himself. And they offered him $250,000. And he's been trying to go up there to this seminar, and all he's got to come up with like $20,000. And they offered him $250,000. I mean, he could pay for the seminar and buy he'd ride Rolls. He'd be doing good. I mean, he'd buy old Rolls, and have $10,000 sleep in his car for the rest of his life. But he didn't want to do it. He didn't take it because he felt it would dishonor Pena. And it would dishonor his country, because if he got that $250,000, it was coming out of the state. Like literally, the state was going to have to pay that money. He had loyalty to the state. He didn't want to pay. He didn't want the state to pay that, so he took the pain and he took the suffering. Well, see, what happened was the state kept getting ripped off. By the way, I'm giving this beer a 6. This is a good beer. The state kept getting ripped off, so he had to fight fire with fire. Now he's thinking, guy's head split open, and he wants to know for sure. I hate to say he's a sheep like that, but he's just waiting on somebody that's high power to say, you know what, son, you did your time. You put your heart in. It's just like Semper Fi, the Marine that would never turn. And they kept him in a box, and they kept him in the brig, and they beat him, and they raped him. And they kept that Marine in there. And that Marine never told, and he never snitched. He did all he could. And they left him in there till he died. And that was their case study. He didn't turn. And there's going to come a point in your life you're going to have to fucking turn, or they're going to leave you in there. So think about that, buddy. Cheers.